If you're currently struggling with grief, you've perhaps lost someone, whether that be a family member, a partner, or in my instance, an unborn child, they're all reflections of the same thing, a sense of loss within oneself. And if you're in that space, that no man's land between having asked for support, prayed for change, and now awaiting for that change to occur, those prayers to be answered, you're in this space of suffering, then this video is for you. In it, I'm going to share a synthesized short story designed to support an ancient technology for alchemizing grief into gratitude, and an insight into my own personal story, what helped me get out of that space and through to the other side. Hi, my name is David William Pierce. I am an alignment specialist. I've got history in classical tantric teachings and modern hypnotherapeutic tools, and have combined all of that together to support people who are wanting to alchemize grief into gratitude, loss into love. So let's get into it. I'm going to be very candid with you. I am not using a teleprompter. What you are experiencing is off the top of my head and using my notes. And it feels important to share that because I'm going to be looking at my notes as I share this story with you, because I want to get it right for you. This short story has been synthesized using language patterns and technology designed to help alchemize simply by absorbing it. So if you are with me still listening to this, an invitation to just sit back, lie back, maybe even close your eyes and just absorb this short story. Let it move you and move through you so that it can help alchemize your grief. It's very short, by the way. It's like 2-3 minutes. It's all good. The space between. Sraddha Agamana. Trust arrival. Dear adventurer, once upon a time, Prem wandered a desert of white gold sand. He made his offering, spoken his prayer, walked as far as he could, and now there was nothing to do but wait. The days were hot, the nights long, no sign of water, no voice in the wind, just silence. One night, beneath the sky thick with stars, Prem dropped to his knees. I did what you asked, he said, so why does it feel like I'm being forgotten? Then, from the dunes behind him came a slow voice. You're not forgotten, child. You're fermenting. Prem turned. An old woman with eyes like dusk sat cross-legged in the sand. You're in the space between the ask and the arrival. The soil is dark, but the seed is growing. But I don't feel anything, Prem said. Good, she smiled. This isn't a time to feel. It's a time to trust. She leaned forward and placed a single date fruit in his palm. This took years to grow. You will eat it in seconds. So don't measure the gift by how long it takes to arrive. Prem stared at the fruit. It was small, sweet, alive. He bowed to the earth, tears softening the dryness in his chest. And from that night on, even in the silence, he whispered, Sraddha Agamana, trust, arrival. So, in that, you may have heard the repetition of a mantra. Sraddha Agamana, trust arrival. This is Sanskrit. The Sanskrit Sraddha, meaning faith, trust, inner belief, and Agamana, meaning coming, arrival, or sacred appearance. A little insight into why I'm sharing this Sanskrit tool, this technology of mantra. Sanskrit is a divine language. It's said to be the language of the universe. It's a technology. It's a language where the thing that the word points to is designed to vibrate at, or it does vibrate at, the same frequency as the object itself. So when expressing the word sraddha, it's encoding the vibration of faith into our being, which isn't true necessarily in other languages. They don't vibrate, the words don't vibrate at the frequency of the thing that they point to. And this is the amazing technology of the Sanskrit language. And so by vibrating at, by embodying the the thing that you're wanting to point towards, and in this instance it's trust and arrival, it helps encode that into the body and become that thing. And this is really the thing that supported me. I've been studying, practicing, teaching yoga for over a decade now. I've had done the yoga practice, I've done the meditation, I've done the journaling, all of it. And the last time grief touched my life, it's been twice now grief has touched my life. The last time I didn't have the energy to move, to sit in my practice. I was too distraught. This technology, on this instance of grief that has touched me, the loss of an unborn child, was a very different experience for me. And the utilization of this mantric tool really created an anchor for me and allowed me to move through the grief in a way that I didn't do the last time that it touched me. So, little tantric insight. From this perspective of non-dual tantra, the void, the waiting, is not a punishment. I know that sometimes we can often think that. It's like, am I being punished that I've asked for help and yet I'm still suffering? In Tantra, no. It is the sacred womb of potential, where consciousness rests between creations. To remain in the unknown without collapsing into fear is the true tapas, spiritual fire. The very longing we feel is Shakti, which is energy, stretching us to hold more. This is the divine method of life itself, offering a space, allowing our identity to dissolve and emerging anew. The moment of doubt is not the failure of practice, it is the perfect place for practice. And that can be the challenge, can it not? Being in that liminal space of waiting, where we're seeking change, but it's not yet arrived. We've planted the seed, but the tree has not yet fruited. And that's where this sense of patience, trust in the arrival is so empowering, so necessary. And so this is what I wanted to offer you, this sraddha agamana, this trust arrival. The way to use this technology is to repeat it. I'll read. This mantra is medicine for the void, that space between desire and fulfillment. Ask and answer. Sraddha agamana reminds the subtle body that what is coming is already on the way. When repeated, it stabilizes the mind in uncertainty, anchors the heart in faith, and purifies the vibration of lack into readiness to receive. This mantra, not for effort, but of trustful presence. Shuddha agamana. By repeating this mantra, whether in the mind or verbally out loud, Shuddha agamana, it anchors us, it anchors our being and allows us to vibrate in that essence of trust and patience, and burning away the limited belief that you've done something wrong, that you're being punished, that you're simply in this space of change. You're in this space of chrysalis, of evolving from who you were into who you will be. And this is what I find has been the challenge in the grief process, is especially with loss. With loss, it's not just having lost that other person, it's having lost that version of ourself that was attached to them. And in that change, and in that, the necessity sometimes for the space for a reset. The 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. I see depression as a deep reset, a recognition of what once was is no longer, and what will be has not yet come into being, and taking the time to realign. I see depression as, in the instances in life where I've experienced it, it's an invitation from life, God, the universe, a recognition that I was out of alignment so deeply with life and reality itself that I could no longer fight against it, no longer push uphill, battle against. And I needed to step back, rest, reset, and recalibrate to align back into essence nature, back into the flow of life itself. And when in that space, then everything flows nicely. It enlivens and empowers, fuels us into being. In Sanskrit, in Tantra, there is this concept of vikalpas. Vikalpas are these beliefs that we hold about reality, but they're not in alignment with reality. They are slightly skewed. And in holding these skewed beliefs, we end up creating what are called samskaras, these energetic scars that we carry. And what's required is the dissolution of these vikalpas and the smoothing over of these samskaras so that we can flow effortlessly with life again. I like to think of it as massage for the mind, or massage for the nadis, these energetic internal channels. Just like we get knots in our muscles which prevent us from moving fluidly, we so too get knots in our mind. We hold on to tension, and when we do so fervently, it can solidify and lead to dis-ease in the body. And at which point, especially after a while, we find ourselves unable to be. Life becomes and feels like a challenge, especially when dealing with something like grief. So if this is you, and you are currently in that process, and you're looking for a way through to the other side, then the invitation is this mantric technology. Now, which mantra will support you best is very dependent on your own individual story. The mantra that I've offered you today, Shuddha Agamana, is designed for trust in arrival, but other mantra have worked for me. And when there's something that I'm struggling with, when a thought, feeling comes through that is unsupportive for me, I reach for a particular mantra and they ground me back in my being and help purify me to be able to move fluidly. Now, if this is something you're curious to explore, because I then couple that with movement and letting it all move through me so that I can digest what needs to be digested, what's stuck in my being, so I can move freely through the world again, then you're welcome to reach out to me. I have some mantras that I've recorded. I've got a playlist just dedicated to mantras. You can go through and find one that's supportive for you. If you're curious to find out how we can collaborate together and move through your grief in the most efficient, nurturing and loving way, then please feel welcome to reach out to me. You can find information in my bio and in the description. I do grief alchemy sessions to help alchemize grief into gratitude, loss into love. And I have a aligned living collective where we can come together as community and move through all of this stuff together. Thank you for your presence with this. Om Shanti Shuddha Agamana.